SWIFT says suspending some Iranian banks' access. The Belgium-based SWIFT financial messaging service said on Monday that it is suspending some unspecified Iranian banks' access to its messaging system in the interest of the stability and integrity of the global financial system. The US government has told SWIFT that it needs to comply with US sanctions, or it could face US sanctions. Sufi prisoner's life is in danger 2 months into hunger strike. Iranian authorities are deliberately depriving Sufi prisoner Saeid Soltanpour from the medical care he desperately needs 65 days into his debilitating hunger strike. Soltanpour has been deprived of adequate medical care, and prison authorities told him he will not be treated until he is 1 step away from a stroke. Trump defends exemptions to India and 7 other countries from Iran oil sanctions. US President Donald Trump on Monday defended his decision to give temporary exemptions to 8 countries, including India and China, from the ban on Iranian oil imports, saying it was done to keep global oil prices down and avoid causing a shock to the market. He said, "We have the toughest sanctions ever imposed, but on oil we want to go a bit slow because I don't want to drive the oil prices in the world up." Bolton. Trump to put maximum pressure on Iran. The Trump administration is beginning to exert maximum pressure on the Tehran regime in an effort to force the rogue regime to curb its nuclear weapons program and support for terrorism across the Middle East, according to US National Security Advisor John Bolton. Bolton said the restoration of American economic sanctions on Iran signaled the administration's determination to force Tehran to abandon support for its ballistic weapons program and support for terror groups. He said, "The president is determined to exert maximum pressure on Iran, not just because of their nuclear weapons program, but because of their continuing support for terrorism, their ballistic missile program, and their malign activities across the Middle East." The US will allow Iran's civilian nuclear projects in Iraq, Bushehr, and Fordow to continue. The US will allow civilian nuclear projects at 3 sites, Iraq, Bushehr, and Fordow, to continue under the strictest scrutiny to ensure transparency and maintain constraints on Iran, the State Department said. US Secretary of State Mike Pompeo mentioned the waiver during the press briefing earlier in the day, but the exact locations were clarified later by the State Department. Pompeo said, "What we have authorized is very narrow, very limited, very time-limited as well, but important nonetheless that these non-proliferation projects are not things that are taking place without some kind of ability to see what's going on."